Welcome to the complete guide on date handling in JavaScript. In this video, we will explore the JavaScript date object, which is used to work with dates and times. We will cover everything from creating date objects to formatting, parsing, and performing arithmetic operations. We'll also discuss how to handle time zones and take a look at some useful date libraries. Let's begin by creating date objects. You can create a new date object representing the current date and time by using the newDate constructor without any arguments. You can also create a date object from a timestamp, which represents the number of milliseconds that have passed since January 1st, 1970, UTC. To get the current timestamp, you can use the Date.Now method. Here we create two date objects, one directly from the constructor and the other from a timestamp. Both will represent the current date and time. You can create date objects representing a specific date and time using various formats. You can provide the date as a string such as 2025, January 6, 12 o'clock, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Alternatively, you can provide the individual components like the year, month, date, hours, minutes, and seconds. Note that in JavaScript, months are zero-based, meaning January is 0, February is 1, and so on. You can also use the ISO 8601 format, which also has the same output. These are some common ways to create and initialize date objects in JavaScript. Now let's explore timestamp operations. A timestamp is a numerical value representing the number of milliseconds that have passed since the beginning of the Unix epoch, that is, January 1st, 1970, UTC. To get the current timestamp, we use the Date.Now method. The getTime and valueOf methods of the date object also return the timestamp of a given date object. JavaScript timestamps are always in milliseconds. You can convert timestamps between milliseconds, seconds, and minutes by dividing by 1000 and 60 respectively. For example, a timestamp in milliseconds can be divided by 1000 to get the seconds, and then the seconds can be divided by 60 to get the minutes. To calculate time differences between two events, you can get the timestamp of the start and end of the event and then subtract them. Timestamps can also be used to get the future or past dates by adding or subtracting from the current timestamp. Here we are adding 24 hours to get the date of the next day, and subtracting a week to get the date from 1 week ago. These timestamp operations are crucial for calculating time intervals and managing dates in JavaScript. Next, we will learn about working with date components. You can extract individual parts of a date object, such as the year, month, date, and day, using getter methods. For example, getFullYear returns the year, getMonth returns the month, which is zero-based, meaning January is 0, and getDate returns the day of the month. Similarly, you can use getHours, getMinutes, getSeconds, and getMilliseconds to get the time components. You can modify date components using setter methods. To set the year, month, and date, you can use setFullYear, setMonth, and setDate. To set time components, you can use setHours, setMinutes, setSeconds, and setMilliseconds. You can also chain multiple changes together to set both date and time components together. Note that when setting invalid values, JavaScript will automatically adjust the date to compensate. For example, setting the date to 31 in February will automatically set the date to March 3rd. Remember, the getMonth method returns values from 0 to 11, where 0 represents January. This zero-based indexing is important to remember while manipulating the months. Now let us explore timezone handling in JavaScript. JavaScript date objects internally store time in UTC, also known as Coordinated Universal Time. Timezone methods are used to manage and convert dates to different time zones. getTimeZoneOffset returns the difference in minutes between the local time and UTC. ToUTC converts the date to a string in UTC. ToLocalString converts the date to a string using the local time zone. These are the most important methods for timezone handling. JavaScript date objects do not store timezone information directly, and it represents time in the UTC time zone. For specific time zones, you can use the toLocalString method and provide options that specify the time zone. For example, by specifying the America/Nunashirk time zone, the output will be converted to the equivalent time in New York. This is a much better approach than using getTimeZoneOffset, which can be inaccurate. It's crucial to understand that dates are stored internally in UTC. While displaying them, they can be converted to a specific time zone using the appropriate formatting options. Let's explore various date formatting methods. The JavaScript Date object provides built-in methods for converting dates to different string formats. ToString method returns a human-readable date string. ToDateString returns only the date portion. ToTimeString returns only the time portion. toLocalDateString and toLocalTimeString output date and time strings using the local formatting conventions. The toISOString method formats the date as an ISO string, which always represents the time in UTC time zone. For more customized formatting, the Intl.DateTimeFormat object can be used. With this object, you can set various formatting options. For example, you can specify the format of the weekday, year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and the use of a 12-hour or 24-hour clock. Also, this allows you to format dates according to different locales. For example, the output for the ENUS locale will be different from that of the DE locale. The Intl.DateTimeFormat object provides a wide range of formatting options for dates and times. Some of the commonly used options are weekday with values like long, short, or narrow, year with values like numeric or two-digit, month with values like long, short, narrow, or numeric, and hour 12, which can be set to true or false for 12 or 24-hour format. Now let's move on to date arithmetic. You can easily perform date arithmetic by adding or subtracting days, months, or years using methods like setDate, setMonth, and setFullYear. For instance, to add 7 days to a date, you use the setDate method. You can also add or subtract months and years using similar methods. For precise calculations, using timestamps is the better approach. You can add or subtract milliseconds to get dates in the future or past. You can compare dates by converting them to their timestamps using the getTime method. Comparing the numerical timestamp values will give you the correct result. You can also calculate the difference between two dates, for example, calculating the difference in days by converting the time difference to days. If you want to check for equality of dates, then you must explicitly check each of the components of the date object like the year, month, and date individually. Direct comparisons using greater than, less than, or equals work, but they should be done very cautiously since time zone components may come into play while comparing them. So it's better to use the getTime method for comparisons. This timeline visualizes the difference between two dates, for example, from January 6th to January 13th, which is a 7-day difference. Finally, let's discuss popular date libraries that extend the capabilities of the native JavaScript Date object. Moment.js is a very popular JavaScript library for handling dates. It provides methods for parsing, formatting, manipulating dates, and also provides time zone support. However, it is quite a big library with the size being 232 kilobytes. Day.js is a lightweight alternative to Moment.js and is only around 2 kilobytes in size. It's immutable, shinable, and has a plugin system, which makes it very flexible. Luxon is another modern date library which provides an immutable API. It has strong support for time zones, as well as better support for internationalization. It is 67 kilobytes in size. The code example shows how to use these libraries to add 7 days to the current date and format the output. Comparing these libraries, Day.js has the smallest bundle size followed by the native date library, then Luxon, and finally Moment.js. In terms of learning curve, both Moment.js and Day.js are easier to learn, while Luxon is a bit more complex and the native date object has very verbose syntax. In terms of performance, the native date object is usually the fastest. Luxon is a close second, then Day.js, and finally Moment.js is the slowest. Regarding time zone support, Luxon is the most capable, followed by Moment.js, Day.js, and then finally the native date object, which has the least support for time zones. Each of these libraries have their advantages, so choosing one depends on your specific project requirements. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.